The Google Pixel 9 has been with us for a while now, and I think it's time to take a closer look at how it has held up. Google's idea of a smartphone has always been different. Less flashy, a raw OS experience, but refined features centered on world-class integration. And while other phones want to stay on top of everything, Google deeply cares about certain things. And on the Pixel 9, it's the same thing. You have a world-class quality in some areas and kind of worrying details in other areas. But how does this fare in the real world? I've used the Pixel 9 for the last 6 months, and I think I can give you guys a good perspective of how it does. Hey everyone, my name is Coinsola, but you can call me KJ. Pixel's design is one of those areas growing in world-class quality, and even though it has never been noticeably bad, there's been always the need for improvement, so to speak. And on the Pixel 9, Google improved. First, I like the extra physical bump the back camera has, and even though it seems inspired by the iPhone in a twisted way, it's actually better because it's horizontal and doesn't feel like a bulge. The Pixel 9 has a very noticeable bezel around the screen, just like every other Pixel phone, leaving it with a screen-to-body ratio significantly lesser than its counterparts. It seems Google is not really concerned about the little competition going on in the bezel area, but I don't think I will classify that as a worrying detail. Now, the Pixel 9 is still pretty compact, although it weighs more than you would expect, but that comes with a bigger battery, so fair enough, I guess. Build quality wise, the Pixel 9 is business as usual. It has a Gorilla Glass Victus 2 on the front and on the back. It is framed with aluminum. It has a USB 3.0 port with a max transfer speed of 5 gigabits per second, just like most flagship phones. The speakers are good. Connectivity is world class with support for Wi-Fi 7. And like I said, it is business as usual. The Pixel 9 display has a 6.3-inch screen at a 20:9 aspect ratio, a maximum brightness of 2700 nits, way more than the iPhone 16 and the Galaxy S25 or even the Galaxy S25 Ultra. The display section would have been a walk in the park, except it messes up its dynamic refresh rates. Even though it has a refresh rate of 120Hz, which is typical among flagship phones, its lack of an LTPO display is disappointing. In 2023, it was acceptable for a phone of this magnitude to not have an LTPO panel, but in 2025, it's unfortunately not. And Samsung understood this by adding LTPO technology to the S24 and even the S25 base models. Apple didn't include an LTPO panel in the iPhone 16 and the iPhone 16 Plus, but you don't really want to emulate Apple if you're competing in the dynamic Android smartphone market. Now, the combination of 120Hz, the enviable brightness, and the LTPO panel would have been unbeatable on the Pixel 9, but we can work with this for now. When I initially reviewed the Pixel 9 earlier last year, I said it had a great battery life, which is true. It improved on its predecessors, which was the Pixel 8. It lasted a full day of heavy usage, and it had fast charging features which allowed for a quick recharge when your battery gets low. But I also mentioned that the Pixel 8 battery started off great, but became more and more frustrating within a short period of time. This time, however, it's kind of different. I actually think the battery life on the Pixel 9 has gotten better since I reviewed it. I didn't do a battery test then, so I can't say how it specifically improved, but from a user perspective, I think with all the software upgrades, it has definitely made my time with the phone a lot more. And that could be down to its performance and its software. The Pixel 9 comes with a base RAM of 12 gigs, which is pretty impressive for a base model, but when you dig into the dodginess of Tensor, the RAM size becomes understandable. Funny enough, this is the best performance I've gotten from a Pixel phone in a very long time. I see complaints every now and then about the performance of the Pixel 9, but most of the issues that I faced early on have been fixed, if that makes sense. For instance, the call connectivity issues that I had has been fixed. Another weird one, which has to do with my microphone fading in and out during voice recordings, causing my recordings to transition from clear to muffled, has also been fixed. And I think it's pretty hard to discard these issues because they eventually got fixed with updates. I mean, if I'm spending $800 on a smartphone, I don't want to wait for updates to efficiently perform routine activities like calling or even voice recording. But on the bright side, there were times when some of these issues persisted even after my updates, but not anymore. The Pixel 9 has been flawless since then. And when you consider you get most of the AI features that are available on the Pixel 9 Pro and the 9 Pro XL for less money, it becomes easier to let go of these grudges. Now, apart from video boost, which in my opinion is not exactly the most flawless feature, you get most of these AI features. You get the Pixel screenshot feature, which allows you to efficiently capture, organize, and easily recall screenshots. And I think this feature is a standout because it organizes your screenshots in one folder that makes it easily spottable weeks or even months after taking it. More impressively, it can also act on the screenshot by, say, checking your photo library to see if you have any existing screenshots with information that matches the one that you just took. It also includes the call note feature, which transcribes your phone calls and even summarizes your transcriptions. It also has the live translate feature that translates phone calls and text messages into real time. Gemini Live for having real-time conversations with your phone. I did a video about that just last week, if I remember, so you can check it out if you're interested. When I'm reviewing a smartphone camera, two key areas I look at are whether it maintains the standard the model is known for and whether it improves on those standards in comparison to its predecessors. Now, using these metrics, I think the Pixel 9 knocks it out of the park. It significantly improves on its predecessor. Its ultra-wide camera got wider from 12 megapixels to 48 megapixels, and its selfie camera got that face detection autofocus feature. What about less obvious areas? The Pixel 9 has a larger aperture, which lets in more light and provides better low light performance than the Pixel 8 and even the brand new Galaxy S25. Pixel's image processing capability is still one of the best in the smartphone industry in my opinion, because it makes it easy for the average person to take great pictures due to just how it automatically adjusts its settings to fit the scene. And the Pixel 9 maintains this with its capability to capture high quality pictures with great detail. It has the occasional high contrast, the typical Pixel camera, but overall, the camera is pretty good. And what is there not to like? You have an elite design, an inoffensive build quality, 12 gigs of RAM, improved camera, cutting-edge AI, and stable performance, and of course, a bigger battery. These are all impressive qualities for a base model, and I know it's pricier than what you expected in a Pixel-based model, but with 7 years of software updates and promising AI features in the future, it's still a deal worth considering. Also, the price has dropped significantly since it launched, and when I reviewed this phone after it launched, I said it is worth having. It's been 6 months since then, and I still think the Pixel 9 is worth having. Would you consider buying the Pixel 9 over the Pixel 9 Pro or even the Pixel 9 Pro XL? Let me know down in the comments. And with all that being said, make sure you guys smash that subscribe button, like this video so more people can see it, and it also helps me grow as I'm going closer to 30,000 subs. Thank you guys again for watching this video. My name is KJ, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.